Warning: stop. Don't scroll. Don't skip. Because this message was not sent to everyone. If you are hearing this right now, it is not an accident. It is not coincidence. It is not random. God says, I am talking to you. My child. Listen slowly. Not with your ears only, but with your heart. For a long time, you have been asking one question in silence. Why am I still waiting? You prayed. You believed. You stayed patient when others walked away. You stayed quiet when your heart was screaming. And yet, the door did not open. The breakthrough did not come. The miracle looked delayed. You smiled in front of people, but cried alone at night. God says, I saw that. You didn't stop believing because you were weak. You stopped hoping because you were tired. Tired of being disappointed. Tired of trusting and getting hurt. Tired of giving your best and receiving silence. So you learned to protect yourself. You told yourself, don't expect too much. Don't get excited. Don't hope again. Not because you lost faith in God, but because you were afraid of being broken again. And God says, I understand why you closed your heart. There were moments you felt invisible. Moments when you asked, God, do you even see me? You watched others receive what you had been praying for. You congratulated them. But inside you wondered, what about me? You never said it out loud. But heaven heard every unspoken question. God says, I counted every tear you didn't show. Let me tell you something very important. Waiting is not the same as being ready. You waited. But you also built walls around your heart. You waited. But you stopped believing that good things could stay. And God says, I cannot place new wine into a heart that is closed in fear. Not because I don't want to bless you, but because I don't want the blessing to break you. Hear this clearly. The delay was not punishment. The delay was protection. What you thought was rejection was actually redirection. What you thought was silence was preparation. God says, I was shaping you for something heavier than you imagined. You asked for blessing, but you didn't see the weight that blessing would carry. You asked for elevation, but you didn't see the responsibility that comes with it. So I slowed the process. I worked on your heart. I healed you quietly. Because a healed heart can hold what a wounded heart would lose. My child, you are closer than you think. The reason this message found you is because something is shifting. Heaven is ready. The door is unlocked. But there is one thing God is asking now. Will you open your heart again? Not halfway. Not carefully. Not with fear controlling your faith. But fully. Trusting me again. Believing again. Expecting again. God says, the next blessing will require courage to receive. You survived seasons that should have destroyed you. You stood when you wanted to quit. You stayed when you wanted to run. And now you think you are being forgotten. No. God says, you are being positioned. Very soon, something will make sense. A conversation. An opportunity. A moment. And you will realize why it had to happen this way. And not earlier. But hear this warning with love. If you stay closed. If you keep expecting loss. If you keep preparing for disappointment. You may miss what heaven is trying to place in your hands. Not because it wasn't sent, but because you weren't open to receive. God says, Do not let old pain decide new seasons. Do not let yesterday's wounds block tomorrow's miracles. What is coming will not leave you empty. If this message touched you, it is because you are ready for the next level. Type Amen, not for comments, but as a decision in your spirit. Say it quietly if you must, but say it with faith. God, I am ready to receive. My child. Now listen even more carefully. Because what I am about to say is not comfort only. It is correction with love. God says, some of the delay was not from me. It was from fear you didn't realize you were carrying. You trusted me, but you no longer trusted outcomes. You prayed, but you also prepared yourself for disappointment. You said, God's will be done. But deep inside you whispered, just don't let it hurt again. And God says, I heard both voices. You built emotional armor to survive past pain. You told yourself, if I don't expect much, I won't be broken. But hear this truth now. Armor protects in war, but it blocks intimacy in peace. You were not wrong for protecting yourself. You were wounded. You were tired. You were human. But God says, that season of survival is ending. You cannot step into abundance with a heart trained only to endure. There are blessings that require vulnerability. Blessings that cannot enter a guarded heart. Blessings that demand trust, not perfection. And God says, what I am about to release is one of those blessings. You have asked me many times, God, why does it feel like I am almost there, but never fully there? And God answers now. Because almost is where fear keeps you. Fear of loss. Fear of embarrassment. Fear of hoping again. My child. Faith is not pretending fear doesn't exist. Faith is choosing to trust me, even while fear is still whispering. And God says, I am not asking you to forget your past. I am asking you not to let it lead your future. There are doors that didn't open before, because you would have entered. Still wounded. And wounded people sometimes destroy what they prayed for. So I waited. I healed you slowly. I strengthened you quietly. Because this time, what comes will stay. You thought heaven was silent. But heaven was watching. How you reacted when nothing changed. How you treated people who couldn't help you. How you spoke when no one applauded. God says, those moments qualified you more than the breakthrough itself. You didn't see it, but angels recorded your obedience in hidden seasons, your consistency when motivation was gone, your integrity when nobody noticed. And now God says, the season of unseen preparation is ending. But hear this warning gently. If you keep expecting loss, you will mishandle gain. If you keep fearing abandonment, you will push away connection. If you keep preparing for failure, you will sabotage success. This is why God is calling you to renew your mind. Not tomorrow. Not one day. Now. My child. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are on the edge of a shift. But shifts require decisions. God says, I can open the door, but only you can step through it. I can send the blessing, but only you can receive it without fear. There is something coming that will challenge the old version of you. It will feel unfamiliar. It will feel too good. And your first reaction may be to question it. But God says, do not reject what you prayed for, just because it arrives differently. You asked for peace, not knowing it would come through boundaries. You asked for growth, not knowing it would require letting go. You asked for elevation, not knowing it would separate you from certain people. God says, trust me even when the blessing changes your comfort zone. My child, you are not losing people. You are being repositioned. You are not being punished. You are being refined. You are not being ignored. You are being prepared. Very soon, you will look back and realize what hurt you did not destroy you. What delayed you did not deny you. What tested you actually trained you. But remember this: if you carry yesterday's fear into tomorrow's miracle, you will not enjoy it. So God says, lay the fear down. Lay the disappointment down. Lay the what if it fails thoughts down. Because what is coming will require faith to maintain. If this message is stirring something in you, it is because heaven is aligning something around you. Don't rush. Don't panic. Don't close your heart again. Say this quietly if you need to. God, I choose trust over fear. Not because everything is perfect, but because He is faithful.